Hello and welcome to Sprite Guard Plays Starseed Pilgrim. This is a pretty mysterious game that I've been exploring a little bit, and I want to make a series of videos about this that hopefully won't spoil too much of the experience of discovering things in this game. I have figured out a lot of the things that go on in this game, but there's still a lot of mystery to me, and I want to share some of that mystery with you and share some of that joy of discovery with you. So the text at the top says, "Starseed Pilgrim, the sky is dying. Take its hand and take it flying." And then down here we can uncover some more poetry. "Starseed Pilgrim, the sky is crying. Dry its tears and know you're lying." Game by Droken, who I mentioned in the Probability Zero episode, is the same person who designed that game. Art by Renton, audio by Ryan Roth. So when we dig through down here, we'll start the game proper. Gain from loss one does not measure, but broken hearts yield starseed treasure. So we learned that we can dig through blocks, and digging through these blocks will make little things appear above our head. And now there's this one block in the middle that is different from all the others and has a down arrow above it. So what happens if we try to mine down that? We end up in this world where we have 13 seeds, 3 above us and 10 in our store. And we can dig through this and start planting seeds. And I'm going to be using a strategy that I have worked out over the course of a few playthroughs, but I still have yet to really find my way through any of these levels. So I'm going to start exploring off to the left and building things. And we'll see that these random ones that we plant, so this one that I'm standing on always grows in a straight line. It'll try to go right first, and then straight up, and then left. Or no, right, and then left, and then straight up. And so that's a way of making bridges. And then these ones here, we can mine to get more seeds. This one that I have in stock right now, if I plant it, will create some ice that will actually slow down this spreading darkness that is coming up from underneath it, and that will be very useful as we make our way through the world. Now this gray stuff, when I dig out, will actually make the darkness spread faster, so that's something that I need to be a little bit concerned about. These random ones that I place that I'm standing on now will have hearts in them that will be useful in the future. I accidentally mined out one. Now this one that I'm planting here is this kind of slime stuff that makes it harder to jump and can actually be a bit of trouble. So I'm going to try and make that cause as little trouble as possible. And I want to make sure that this doesn't grow in a way that I can't get up to. And so I can get up there just fine. Now I want to dig over this way and build towards this star here on the lower left. And I want to put... Now this next one that I'm going to plant will actually explode. And so I want to put that, I think, here, and then save it for a bit later. And I'm going to go over here and harvest these. And then put this one down, which will kind of grow in a block formation. And then I want to, I think, put this one someplace where it will grow... Maybe I want it to grow in a straight line going... Let's see, I'm not sure where I want to put it. So I think I'm going to set this off. And that's what that does. And now that it's touching that star, the darkness will start growing from there. So I'm going to try to grow as quickly as I can in this direction and connect up with a few more of these things. And you'll see in a little bit why I want to connect up with them. But for now, I'm just going to say that growing out towards these star things is sort of our first goal that we have to approach. I'm going to dig this out and hope that I can plant more over here, because this ice thing will hopefully help me out. And now I have another one of these random ones, which I'm going to put there. And I think those have a tendency, yeah, they grow down if they can. And then I'll put a block one there. And then another seed-growing one there, and see if we can harvest that before it gets too late. And I can actually put an ice one there to try and slow down the darkness. But we're running out of seeds, and so pretty soon we are going to run out of things that we can do. Already, I don't have any seeds, so I have to avoid falling into the darkness while I wait for these things to grow. And then they will give me some more seeds that I can maybe do something better with. But the darkness is catching up with me pretty quickly. So I'm going to have to move fast if I want to get anything done. I can't plant that there, so I'll have to put it there. I'll put an explodey one there and a box-growing one there. And we're very, very close to being able to connect up with those stars, but we're not quite going to make it. And so now I'm out of seeds, and I don't have any way of getting any more seeds. So what I'm actually going to do now is dig straight down and go into the darkness. Now, in the darkness, I can get these keys that are where the stars were, and these hearts that are where the hearts were in my garden. And these keys and hearts will be useful in the future. The hearts, more useful immediately than the keys. One thing I can do with the hearts that isn't very useful right now, but in the future might be, is I can use it to float in a direction. And so that can let me get to things that I wouldn't otherwise be able to get to. Keys let me open doors. Now those hearts have become seeds that I now have in this world. And so I can dig up some of these, and now I have a lot of seeds that will let me start growing in other directions here, and start growing a symphonic garden is, I think, what they're called by the developer. I'm not sure. I heard the phrase symphonic garden somewhere, but that's kind of a tangent. I can start growing these things, and by the way, I love the sound that they make when they're growing, and the way that kind of interacts with the music. That is one thing that I have really noticed consistently with Droken's games, is that they have very nice, engaging music. So now I can see up in the upper left-hand corner, there's actually some more gray, like this thing that we started on. I actually accidentally made it so that I can't get up to the top there. So I'll grow another thing and see if this will let me... This should grow up in a way that will let me get back up onto here. Yeah, and I'll actually dig that out so it's a little bit easier. Then we can put some more ice here. And on the ice we can put another one of these exploding ones, and this will let us build kind of up and to the left in a way that hopefully we will be able to get up there. So far so good. I'll put this one here, and then we can put another explodey one on that. We're kind of a little bit lucky to have gotten so many of the explodey ones to be able to build up and to the left like this. So let us continue to try and do that, and this might not actually be the best place to put it, because we won't be able to actually get back, and so I actually want to try and dig a path back up so that I can get in between. So I think that will actually let us get back up here, as long as we are careful not to mine out any of these others. So now we get to another one of these places. I stood up to quiet the fates I deny. I thought of an angel, and I knew I would fly. So because we still have 5 more seeds, I'm not going to go in there yet. I'm actually going to go back down here and start building out to the right. And I'm going to do that because I already know, because I've played this before, that there's another platform out to the right that we can reach. And so I will attempt to reach that. And you'll notice that this ground that I grow here doesn't actually have hearts in it. That's because there's no darkness, there's no way for us to get to the dark world. I wonder if I can get up here somehow. You can jump always further than it seems like you should be able to, but never as far as you end up wanting to be able to jump. But I know you can consistently jump 3 blocks. And I think I'll put this one actually down. I'm going to put this one because I know that this seed that I'm about to plant will actually let you jump higher. So I'm going to put that there. And that won't quite let us jump up there, so it didn't actually do exactly what I wanted. But we can jump over this way and start planting this one here. And then maybe put an ice one there, and that will let us get to this one. And then we can maybe plant this one here, and that will probably round out our bridge. And then we've got a slime one, which I really don't like the slime ones. I find them very irritating, so I'm just going to put that there. And then that one here, to kind of cover that up. And then we'll have another explodey one that I can actually use to cover up most of this slime. So we'll let that grow there. And I think once this finishes growing, I'll put that one there and set it off. And then I'll put a jump pad next to it so that I can get to the top more easily. And that will actually probably be necessary in order to get out of this pit, so I'm pretty lucky that I had that available to me. And then I'll plant this one over here. I don't know if there's anything up and to the right here, but I kind of hope there is, so that will be the direction that we can explore in the future. But for now, I want to go back over to the left and start exploring over this way. I want to see what is in this level, because I have not ever been to this level. So let's head up here. And touching this ghost will let us respawn here if we end up having to reset. So every level starts out looking the same. So I'm just going to start building and see if I can notice any differences. I don't know if that was longer. It feels like sometimes these are longer and sometimes these are shorter, and I don't know if that is because of the level we're on or because of randomness. I want to open that up so that those can grow. I also don't know if there's a difference in the speed at which the darkness spreads. It sometimes feels that way. I want to get rid of this slime without really bothering with it. So I'll put it there. Put some ice there to slow down the darkness. We have another seed growing one that I'll put there, and then we can go over here and harvest this one. And then we can start working our way over to the right. Maybe put this one there, because I don't have much use for it. Put a slime one here and see if that will slow down the darkness. And then we have another jump pad, which is not very useful. And then more ice, which is moderately useful. And I think I'll put it there. And then I will harvest these and put some slime over here, which will actually ruin this jump pad if I'm not careful to stop it. So I'm going to head up here and I'm going to harvest these seeds, and then I'm going to start building over to the right towards this star here. So we'll put another random one, and that will give us some more seeds to pick up. And then this will give us some more seeds to grow. And I want to fill in this gray area here so that the darkness doesn't spread so quickly. Now, I think what I want to do is start building over to the right. And the way I'm going to do that is by building here. But that was blocked by my seed growing one. So I'm going to get rid of the slime there. And then I'm going to wait for, let's say I'm going to plant this one here, and I want to kind of set it off and get rid of the slime that way. But that got rid of some of the seeds that I was going to harvest, which is unfortunate. So now I'm going to put a slime one here. And then some ice on that, and that will let us jump properly here. Put another seed-growing one there, and a random one here, and hope that, yeah, that grows off to the left. So that's what happens when the darkness hits the gray. I would like to, it looks like we're going to run out of seeds and hit the darkness. And I can't plant ice in ice, so yeah, we're going to go into the dark world and gather up some of these seeds and hope that we can find a key. But it looks like I did not make it to a key, so we're actually going to have to reset. So that's that level. Now let's head over to the right and check out the other new level that we've reached. So we'll head up here. And I'm going to check out this level, and then I'm going to call it a day. And so let's see what we can find here. So the thing that I've noticed about this level is that you can see further ahead which seeds you're about to get. And so you can plan out maybe a little bit better, though I'm not great at planning anything in this game. So I'm just going to head off to the right, as I always do, and just get rid of this slime, because I really don't know how to use it properly. Which is something I should probably learn. Now this random one kind of grew in a way that's not very useful to me, so I have to dig through that. And then I'm going to put some ice over here to slow down the darkness. And I'm going to start growing some more of these there, and that will hopefully let me get up onto the top of that random one and get over it. And then what I'm going to do is try and head, let's see. So if I actually go, let's see, if I dig down here, that will get rid of a future seed, but it will let me get through here a little bit more easily. So I can actually put a jump pad that will let me get back that way now that I no longer actually need to get back that way. So I'm not planning these things out very well. I'm not handling this especially well. And so I'm not really in a good position, which is probably going to end up being... yeah, I don't see myself escaping from this. So I'm actually going to have to reset and give it another try. So let's give this another shot, see if we can unlock anything. Maybe let's go to the left this time. So we'll try going out to the left. And maybe try putting the ice someplace like here. And, oh, that's a random one, not ice. So, that was a mistake. We'll just put the ice here. And then another seed farming one. We can put the slime over there and just kind of ignore it. And then we can't place this one in that space because it's the same type. So we'll harvest this one before it gets corrupted. And then we'll harvest these two and put this one here. Oops, that was a mistake, and I've fallen off. So I'm going to wrap it up there and take a minute to reflect and figure out what it is that I need to do to actually make some progress, and also think about how it is that I want to approach commentating this, because I feel like I'm doing a lot of now I'm doing this, now I'm doing that, which I think isn't always the most entertaining. So I want to take a step back from this and put a little thought into how I want to approach this game. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any thoughts about the game, about what you think I should be doing, if there's anything that I should be doing differently, or if you have just any thoughts about the game in general, I would really love to hear about them in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.